Welcome back to the Aloha Life podcast. My name is Lindsay Pierce. Thanks for being here. So, today we're going to talk about some of my favorite ways to be more productive. So, if you're like me and you work full time or you have a side hustle and you're also running a household, you've got to be the best time person in the world. So, I just wanted to talk about, some of these productivity hacks that I've learned over the years and what works. So I don't know about you, but I'm juggling family, work, plus a little bit of me time if I'm lucky. And it just gets overwhelming, right? Sometimes with the right strategies, you can make sure to reclaim your day and make it about you and what you need to get done. We have a lot to get done. So let's talk about how we can really, reduce stress, maximize productivity, and all that good stuff. So we're going to talk about, again, we did talk about a month ago about time blocking and batching tasks, which is to me one of the number one things you can do to structure your day and get more efficient. I can assign a time, and that time is saved for those tasks. Have our work tasks, our household chores, our self-care, personal time, and just making sure that we allot time for the things that we need first. Otherwise, other things are going to find their way to fill in and take up the time that we need somewhere on something more important. So something I like to do is batch my tasks together, such as meal prepping for the week, answering emails within a certain period of time, a couple times a day. I'm not sure if you're familiar with context switching or that time leakage, but it takes your time when you're switching tasks. So making sure to put like items together, really scheduling things so that it makes sense and that you're not letting those insignificant things come in and take up those priority items. And then the next one is those distractions. I know we can find distractions easily. It's hard to stay focused, but you want to make sure you set clear boundaries. You can set do not disturb times on your phone. Hi, my child. You can get noise canceling headphones so that you can block things out. Turn on some music so that it's things that you are being able to stop from, all the background noise. You can focus, turn off all those ringing buzzer bells notifications from your work and all the messages. Like, you need time to get your things done too, but you can take 10-minute breaks every so often to do little quick checks on things and then come back to them. So that's something, setting those boundaries and using those kinds of tools will help you get more focused. Some of my favorite apps or tools for productivity. I use Asana to schedule all of my podcast episodes and all the tasks that I have to get done before and after. Just recording is one task, but all the pre-work, the research, the script writing, all of that I like to have done and schedule the blog post before I even get to this point where I'm talking to you. And then afterwards, I'm creating the graphics and the images and the Pinterest graphics. So there's an order, there's a process, and you just have to work with what works for you. I have certain days of the week that I know I'm more productive doing graphics, and that's Tuesdays for some reason. I can get graphics done on Tuesday, not any other day of the week. So I call it Graphics Tuesday. And I normally tend to record on Thursdays, but today is a work holiday, so I made sure I got it in today. Google Calendar will help you share your schedule, share your blocks of time when you're not available with your family. So we have a shared calendar. I put my work schedule in there, my meetings in there when I'm not available for my kids. And they know they can text me, they know I'll get back to them as much as possible. But in the moments where I can't talk to you, I used to even have a red light in my office at our last house because I was in a job where I couldn't even talk to anyone else because I was on the phone with customers and clients. So with that job, they couldn't know I was working in my home. and my kids were in the same room as me. So I had a red light switch that I could turn on and off when I was on the phones and when I wasn't. But just giving your family signals and access to what your schedule is will really help to mitigate all the extra distractions. What we have at my work is called Mind Space, and it has music, it has meditations, good things to kind of give us that little mindset shift. It turns on, I play the meditation before I start work, and then that kind of gets my brain, all right, we're ready to start. We're going to start. This is my beginning point. There's one at lunch, that's another meditation focus. And then there's even a nighttime one for falling asleep. So it kind of tells your brain, gets yourself and your body prepared for the changes and transitions. And then I don't know if you're familiar with like Pomodoro or the do not disturb and focus times on your phones. There's ways to create chunks of time that are untouchable to get things done. Okay, so there's that. And then the next thing is delegation, which I have a hard time with sometimes, but I know others will too. Or maybe you don't have a problem with it, but just realizing that there are however many other people in your household to help take on some of the tasks. So identify tasks that you can outsource within your home, and then things that you need to outsource outside of your home. So yeah, there's all kinds of fun ways to really expand. And so one of the when I went from part-time to full-time, I realized I was giving up a big chunk of my time. And so being able to upkeep my home and do the things that I needed to do, but I was also getting double the pay. So that's when, okay, my compromise is if I'm working full time, I have the benefits, I have the health and all that insurance for our family now, but something's got to give and I've got to be able to keep up with the home. So that's when I brought in some extra help there. I hate cleaning bathrooms. That is the bane of my existence. And I can tell you all kinds of stories about how many bathrooms I cleaned them up. Having someone come and clean my bathrooms once a month, that gives me a little less anxiety, worry, anything that has to do with keeping, my home running, keeping things going. And then let's see. Yeah, whatever you can do to outsource or delegate will help ease your burden as well. And then some other quick daily habits. So on my planner, it has like a top 3 here. I start with my 3 things that have to get done. When I had 4 littles under the age 7, like I've said before, some days a shower was the only thing on that list, and keeping the kids alive, of course. But a shower, just getting a shower that day, if I got that, my day was successful. I felt good about it. I'm all kinds of happy with small wins, creating realistic goals, and just being able to get those things checked off that I know I need to do based on my priorities. So you always want to set those priorities. You always want to have like a top 3. If that's too much for you, just a top 1, and then you can move things down the line based on their priority. So if you're a mom with littles and a side job or working out of the home, you're going to be lucky just to have dinner ready to go most days. So having that done before you go versus the cereal, desperation, takeout, extra costs, things like that. So find a way to maybe meal plan your week once a week. You get your shopping done once a week, and then you can get some meals planned, scheduled, and have what you need. And then I'm sorry, my nose is itchy today. And then having those end of the day tasks prepped, ready for the next day, you're ready to go. So hopefully that helps you out, and I will see you next week.